into the weekend, the odds of the Eastern Washington Eagles making the FCS playoffs were slim to none. But if they could string together a few wins here and there and get over 500, you never know what could happen. After all, it is college football. And after a victory last weekend, they had a chance to claim back-to-back wins for the first time this season. But an upstart Portland State team stood in their way on the red turf this afternoon. The game got off to a rough start, though, for the Eagles. On the third play of the game, Vikings quarterback Dante Chachere takes the option himself, cuts through the middle of the field, speeding past the defense for the touchdown, and just like that, it's 7-0 Portland State. The Eastern offense wasn't able to do much of anything early on in this game. On their first offensive possession, Talkington's going to take the sack, and the Eagles only managing 33 yards in the entire first quarter. Later on, Portland State going up by 14 and going for the field goal, but it's a fake, and Mataio Talalemotu will rush it in himself for the score. It's 21-0 Vikings at this point. In fact, they would go up 28-0 in the game. So Eastern just looking for any kind of spark at this point, and they get that in the form of Justice Jackson. He breaks loose alongside the sideline, and he's gone for the 62-yard touchdown, and that gives the Eagles a bit of momentum back, but it wouldn't last long. Just before the break, Portland State in the red zone, and Chachere goes deep to Bo Kelly in the corner of the end zone, and the Vikings strike again, and they take a 37-7 lead going into the locker room. But it's a 60-minute game, and in the fourth quarter, the Eagles have cut the Vikings' lead to just 10, and the defense stepping up big time as Jobli Malari coughs it up, and Eastern recovers with a chance to make it a one-score affair. From there, Talkington leads the offense right down the field and finishes the drive off by hitting Nolan Ohm for the touchdown. And after being left for dead, the Eagles have made it a 3-point game, but they still need to get the ball back to have a chance. And on fourth down in Eagles territory, Portland State is going to go for it, and they rush it with Kelly, and it's just good enough for the first down, and the Vikings can drain the clock from there, and they survive this epic comeback bid by Eastern. And after the game, head coach Aaron Best described his team's performance like Jekyll and Hyde. After giving up 35 points in the first two quarters, the defense holds on strong and only limits the Vikings to a field goal in the second half. But in the end, that was just too large of a deficit to come back from.
I think a lot of the time, teams can just say we're losing that bad and just give up and pack up. But I think a lot of guys had a fight in that, and I'm just proud of these guys. But at the end of the day, you can say as much moral victories, but results at the end of the day is a lot better than moral victories, I think.
It doesn't feel good for the offense, and it doesn't feel good for the defense being out there the whole time. I mean, we gotta pick up. We gotta start faster and finish stronger, I think. We had no momentum in that first half, and it really wore into the defense, I think, a little bit, leaving them out on the field so much. So it starts with us and ends with us.
Eagles will now hit the road next week for a short bus ride down to the Palouse, where they will take on the 14th ranked Idaho Vandals inside the QB Dome.